Så är det bowl. Så bowl i.
The first video tonight comes from Castaway TV, a Canadian outdoor channel focused on solo camping, fishing, and remote island survival. It is June 28th, 2022 on a remote island campsite, Canada.
Hey guys, I'm in the tent now. After supper, I went out on the canoe and fished a little bit more and ended up catching one more walleye. Oh, we got fish. Woohoo! Nice eater walleye. Too bad I already had dinner. I had to get in the tent as soon as I got back because there's so many mosquitoes out there. They had left me alone all afternoon because it was super windy out here, but they came back in full effect. Anyways, I've packed up most of my things. It's supposed to rain tomorrow morning. I'm hoping that I can get to the truck.
After fishing into the evening, the camper returns to camp. The island is small and isolated, with limited space between the tent and surrounding shoreline. As night approaches, he secures his gear and settles in, with no indication of nearby activity. In locations like this, isolation can give a false sense of control.
Morning, guys. I've got a fire going here, probably gonna make some coffee. But I thought I had a visitor last night and I wasn't sure, but I'm sure now. Come check this out. So yesterday I had noticed that it was all torn up down there. And I thought maybe that some type of animal was eating a bunch of ants here, because this island is just covered in ants. But now I realize that turtles had laid eggs there, and something came last night and ate most of them. So
the next morning, he notices disturbed ground. A section near camp has been dug up. Initially, he assumes insects or small animals, but on closer inspection, it's identified as a turtle nest. The eggs have been unearthed and eaten. This confirms that a predator visited the island overnight. The key detail isn't the damage, it's the proximity. Whatever arrived was moving within a short distance of the tent while he was asleep. No sound, no warning, just evidence left behind. This moment is defined by timing. Nothing is seen, nothing is heard, but something was there, in small enclosed environments like an island. There's nowhere for movement to go unnoticed, except when you're not awake to hear it. And realizing that after the fact is what makes the situation unsettling. Because it's not the encounter, it's how close it came without being detected. Before we move on, if you're enjoying the video so far, leaving a like really helps. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time. We recently passed 50,000 subscribers, and that's entirely because of you. The next target is 100,000 before the end of the year. Ambitious, but worth aiming for. There's a hidden word somewhere in this video. See if you can spot it. Now, let's continue. The next horrifying video comes from Caden Ventures, a solo outdoor channel focused on camping, hiking, and real-time wilderness experiences. It is February 16th, 2026 at Lake Mead, Nevada, United States. Caden sets up camp on a cliffside with his dog Rio. The environment is open and quiet, with no nearby activity. Early on, small technical issues appear. A headlamp flickers, and a camera powers off unexpectedly. On their own, these are minor, but they establish a baseline.
Yeah, it just shut off all of a sudden, so now I'm a little bit, I think I'm freaking myself out. it doesn't help that I'm like on the side of a cliff, you know? So who knows? Who knows what's out in the great beyond over here, especially when we just started hearing some coyotes. Spooky.
As night sets in, isolation becomes more apparent. Ambient sounds, wind, distant wildlife carry clearly across the open terrain. With no external light or movement, awareness depends on limited sources. The earlier equipment issues remain in the background.
Electrical things were happening. So the first thing was, you know, my lights started flickering. Full charge, I had just charged it before we left, and then all of a sudden this camera straight up just died. I had just put a new battery in there, and it just died right after my headlamp started flickering. So got kind of it's probably just freaking myself out. But then later on in the night, Rio's light up collar, which is a pretty hard click to change the settings, all of a sudden Rio's light up collar started blinking, which is a secondary setting if you click on the button. So let me just show you guys. So Rio's light up collar, there's this really, like, you can hear that, like that's how you change the settings on this thing. And all of a sudden Rio's light up collar I didn't hear any type of click, but all of a sudden it was on a different setting and it was like blinking. So that also freaked me out. And
Rio's collar changes settings. The device switches modes without direct input. While electronics can misfire or respond to pressure or faults, the timing alongside other issues stands out. Again, not confirmed, just consistent.
is this site haunted? Is this land haunted? Anybody out here? Anything you want to say? Anybody here? Is it too early for you? Are the ghosts sleeping in? Anybody here? Oh, what? Is this campsite? Oh, that's weird. So these trees are probably one of the oldest trees out here in Nevada, I think. I can't remember what they're called, but there's definitely an energy coming off of this tree. Okay. Do you want to talk to us? No? Is this campsite haunted? Are there ghosts that walk this campground? Interesting. Is Lake Mead haunted? Okay. We don't have any electrical lines anywhere near us. We saw it earlier kind of freaking out, and then now it's gone. So I don't know what that's supposed to say other than something was here and then maybe it left. Yeah, nothing now.
The following morning, he checks the area. Near older trees, EMF readings spike briefly. Without a controlled baseline, the readings aren't definitive, but they add to the overall pattern of irregular behavior. No visual source is identified. This encounter is built on consistency. No single moment confirms anything, but multiple small anomalies occur across different devices. Each has a possible explanation, but they happen within the same time frame and location. And in isolated environments like this, where there's no external interference to clearly point to, that pattern is what keeps the situation unresolved. The next chilling video comes from Kev's Outdoor Adventures, a UK-based outdoor channel focused on stealth camping and solo woodland trips. It is January 18th, 2026 in private woodland near the A90 roads, Scotland, United Kingdom.
Like I say, I couldn't have kept my camp out here. It's too open. Anybody would see you. So it's not a massive wood. It's privately owned. So I thought I'll check it out and do a wild camp, a stealthy wild camp here. I'll turn this light off, don't want to blind us. But yeah, we'll head back to the tent now. We'll check what's something, because I can't see a damn thing. And I'll bring us back in a bit for a bit more crack. Ta-da for a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. Be watching YouTube tonight as well. Did you ever watch them scary camping videos? I love watching them. People go in the woods and all that, and there's always somebody crazy, or they're hearing something bang on the tent or something walking around the woods, and they find Bigfoot or something like that. Class. I love watching them when I come out camping as well. And then it's especially when I'm doing a wood camp like I am today. But I say it's quiet here, it's dead here. Apart from the cars. But yeah, I thought I saw something there. Shit a rag, man.
Movement is noticed near the tent. Light from passing traffic creates shifting shadows across the shelter and surrounding gear. In a confined setup, these changes can appear closer and more defined than they actually are. The reaction is immediate, but the source remains unclear.
Must be beside me coat of the light. That gave us goosebumps. That was a creepy. Bloody hell. That was spooky. I thought I see somebody walking by the side of us there. Fuck me, that was creepy. I turned sharply for. Thought there was somebody there. Obviously there's nobody here, just me. So yeah guys, if you haven't watched them videos, check them out. When they go scary camping videos, they're brilliant. Right guys, I want to get back inside the tent, watch a YouTube video.
A contact is felt or heard on the tent. The disturbance is brief, no follow-up movement, no visible source. In lightweight shelters, even minor external contact, wind, debris, or small animals, translates directly through the material. The uncertainty is what makes it register as a threat. This moment is about proximity, not what's out there, but how close it feels. In stealth setups, where space is limited and visibility is reduced, any small interaction becomes amplified. A shadow, a sound, a touch, all register the same in the moment. And without confirmation, the situation stays unresolved, even if it never escalates. The next shocking video comes from The Outdoor Outlaws UK, a UK-based outdoors channel focused on wilderness camping and survival challenges. It is April 6th, 2026 in the Peak District, England. The team sets up camp near a reservoir. Conditions are already working against them. Rain begins early, and the shelters are improvised. Water is filtered directly from the reservoir, reinforcing how exposed and self-reliant the setup is. The environment is open, but not forgiving.
Through some creepy woods.
Can hear noises as well.
A lot of strange noises up here. We're in the middle of nowhere as well. The nearest road's miles away. Here we go. It's coming up on it now, I think. What the fuck, man?
Little hobbit over there.
Wow. Anybody in? Hello? Oh, jeez! God, yeah. Any hobbits in there?
Oh, that's crazy.
Ah, what the hell? Literally in the middle of nowhere, people. We found a little shrine.
So are people write their little messages to
An old burial ground is discovered. Weathered gravestones and age-worn features indicate long-term abandonment. The location itself doesn't present danger, but it changes the tone. The environment shifts from natural to historical.
There's a bone. It's a bone, mate.
What the hell is going on? It's a mud bone.
You've got to crouch down to get out there, aren't you, lad? Let's get this on footage.
Holy shit! It's Bigfoot! Yeah, little cross on the roof. It's a fucking lovely engineered roof, that. Someone's took the time to build this.
Yeah. Getting back down to the bottom, another 25-minute walk that was. Cross the bridge, get to the burial ground. Ooh. Ooh.
Bigfoot on a bridge.
Some more ruins there. Looks massive. Hey! Look at this, man. Little tree walkway. Spooky. Hey, just got to this burial ground. Right. Our camp's just around the corner from this. Yeah. Look at that metal one there.
That's what I mean. It's all that. I bet these were the people that lived at the hall.
Yeah.
Servants and butlers and things like that. They've been buried here probably.
Please respect this burial ground. Who's that? Samuel Dominic Grimshaw.
Arthur Grimshaw. They probably owned the hall, didn't they, where we're sleeping?
Samuel Grimshaw.
They continue through nearby ruins before returning to camp. Darkness increases, and navigation becomes more deliberate. The decision to return is controlled, not reactive, but reflects awareness of conditions. This moment is driven by setting. Nothing directly happens, but the environment builds pressure. Rain, terrain, isolation, and then layered on top, history. Each element on its own is manageable, but combined, it changes how the location feels. And in places like this, it's not about what you see. It's about where you are and how long you stay there. The next video comes from Backcountry Benny, a US-based bushcraft channel focused on solo wilderness camping and survival skills. It is June 17th, 2025, in a remote forested area, United States. Benny heads into the forest without a fixed plan. The terrain is dense, with limited visibility and no established campsite. he begins scouting early, looking for a balance between cover, flat ground, and distance from obvious wildlife routes. The isolation is immediate.
And I noticed that there was bear dung here. There aren't many bears in this area, so it's pretty cool that they're here. I'm gonna get away from here. I don't stand a chance against a bear, so I'm just gonna camp far.
He finds large animal droppings along a game trail. The size suggests a larger animal, potentially deer, elk, or bear. The key detail is location, directly on an active trail. Rather than continue along it, he moves away. It's a preventative decision, reducing the chance of crossing paths later.
All right, guys, this is the spot. It's shaded, it's cool. I'm gonna get camp set up real quick, and then might relax a little bit. So, dang, that thing's like 60 pounds. Whew. All right. Okay. So I got a little bit of an area cleared out, but it's kind of soaked, so I'm gonna let it dry out for a little bit. So I'm gonna go find some rocks down at the creek, so I can build a fire pit. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Go grab some rocks. I kind of want to camp here, but there are a lot of bugs, and there's also a lot of animal trails, and it's not really worth it. So, got some rocks. I'm gonna haul them back to camp, and then get a fire pit set up. Okay, so I didn't really think this through, but I need to actually build my shelter first so I know where to put the fire pit. So I'm gonna build my shelter before actually building the fire pit. But I got the rocks already, so it doesn't matter. But first,
Camp setup begins. He clears ground, builds a fire pit, and adjusts his shelter from an A-frame to a lean-to based on conditions. The process is physically demanding, and fatigue becomes a factor as he works through setup alone.
going down. It's gonna be probably dark here in 30 minutes, so hopefully tonight we don't have any issues with animals. The only one I'm really worried about tonight is the black bear. Again, I haven't seen him today, but if there's a bear close, I want nothing to do with it. Alright guys, it's about midnight, so I'm gonna hit the hay. It's about 50-ish degrees, so not too cold. I've got a great fire. I've got loads of firewood and a bunch of blankets, so it should be warm. And so yeah, that's all about I got for you. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Really did not sleep that well. I was sleeping on an angle too. Anyways, now that I'm awake, I am going to get out of here.
The campsite remains undisturbed. Minor changes around the area suggest natural movement, likely small animals or environmental factors, but nothing directly approaches the shelter. This situation is about reading signs early. Nothing actually happens, because the key decision was made before it could. In backcountry environments, avoiding active routes, setting up away from movement corridors, and staying aware is often what prevents encounters altogether. And most of the time, that's what a successful night looks like. Before we get into the next clip, around 70% of people watching aren't subscribed. We're working toward 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you're enjoying the video, hitting subscribe really does help. All right, let's get back to it. The last video of the night comes from the Flex Tapes, a UK-based outdoor channel focused on wild camping and exploring unusual locations. It is November 16th, 2022, at Hangman's Hill, Epping Forest, United Kingdom. The team sets up camp in Epping Forest. They establish a large tent, prepare 2 fires, and settle into a controlled campsite setup. Before night fully sets in, they reference the well-known Hangman's Hill phenomenon, where vehicles appear to roll uphill when left in neutral. The environment is calm, but the location already carries expectation.
Foot off.
Look at that, he's rolling up the hill.
Oh wow, this is dangerous. This is scary. Yep, yeah, we're moving now. Yeah, it's going very fast. It's going very fast. It's going very fast. Ah!
Right, okay.
Still in neutral.
Can't be bothered riding the car off. Right, you ready? Right, get out. Let's go and find somewhere to camp.
Oh, that is weird.
That's better.
Look at that. That's creepy.
Well, if we go around the back of the church and camp in the forest there,
Yeah.
we can have a fire because we're not on the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the forest.
Is that noise?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
That wasn't a normal fox noise.
Could have been.
It could have been, but it didn't sound like a normal fox.
I can't scroll off.
Yeah.
Set camp.
How do we get through
Getting
there
cold
though?
already, so.
Do we walk right through the graveyard?
We'll walk through the graveyard. We'll go right to the back.
Yeah. Right.
Unfamiliar sounds are heard in the forest. At night, common wildlife, foxes, deer, and birds can produce sounds that don't match expectations. Without visual confirmation, identification becomes difficult. The uncertainty builds the tension.
Up in for a bit, we haven't heard anything the whole night. That was down there, wasn't it? Yeah. I've got the chills. Just in case you didn't hear anything, there's a lot of footsteps and a twig just snapped.
Footsteps and snapping twigs are heard around the tent. The sounds are consistent with movement nearby, but remain unseen. In wooded areas, sound travels unevenly, making distance and direction hard to judge. It suggests presence, but not necessarily intent.
Right, so I finally got my wish. The one time we've been camping in like the past 12 months, it's never rained. It's raining now, and we're in a good tent. I'm glad we weren't in them bad tents.
I like good tents, don't like bad tents.
No.
Further movement is heard near dawn. With visibility still low, the source remains unidentified. The repetition reinforces that something was moving through the area over an extended period. This clip layers multiple factors: a known visual phenomenon, unfamiliar animal sounds, and repeated movement nearby. None of them confirm anything on their own, but together, they create a consistent sense of presence, And in environments like this, where visibility is limited and sound carries unpredictably, it's not about proving what's there. It's about recognizing that you're not the only one moving through the area. And that wraps up another dive into the unknown. If you're into spine-chilling footage and unexplained encounters, hit that subscribe button and stick around. We've got more coming, and it only gets weirder from here.